Track 14. You will hear an interview with a boy called Jez who has completed a cookery course. For each question, choose the best answer, A, B or C.
Today on Weekend Roundup, I'm talking to Jez Hope, who's just completed a cookery course. Welcome to the programme. So, Jez, what made you decide to do a course in the first place?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't actually my idea at all. It was a mate of mine's. She decided she wanted to have cooking classes. She's going off to university soon, and her mum and dad have been teasing her, saying that she'd be leaving home without even knowing basic stuff, like how to chop an onion. She didn't want to do classes on her own, though. She said she didn't feel brave enough to go along by herself, and I have to say that I'm really glad that I joined her.
So, how did you feel when you arrived on the first day?
Well, I thought I'd be quite scared because I knew there'd be loads of other students there. But I saw some of them get off a minibus and they all looked pretty friendly. I think I was probably one of the youngest ones there, so I suppose I was a bit concerned that they'd all be a lot better than me. But when I got chatting with a few of them, I could see they weren't. Some of them had never cooked anything before. At least I could boil an egg. So that was a relief.
And did the teacher get you to work on anything in particular first?
Basically, we could choose to make pretty much whatever we wanted, and the teacher gave us all lots of ideas. I knew that I wasn't very interested in making soups or pasta, so I looked for something else that I could work on instead. In the end, I decided to make a wild mushroom and spinach pie. That suited me much better than making, say, curries and stews, which some of the others were keen to learn how to make.
All these dishes sound delicious. So, did yours all go to plan then, Jez?
Well, not exactly. I'd never made anything like this before, and I didn't have much experience of weighing ingredients either. I added too much water, and the pastry got too sticky and impossible to work with. I felt a bit discouraged when I realised that it had gone wrong, but I just started all over again and tried to get it right second time around. It all worked out in the end. It tasted delicious. Altogether, I learned a lot from making that pie. You can't learn without getting things wrong sometimes. It's all part of the fun. And that's what the teacher said too.
I was just about to ask you about your teacher. What was she like?
She was great. She knows so much about different styles of cooking, and she was telling us to find out more about them. She's very patient too, especially when we were all needing her help at the same time and asking her different questions like how to peel garlic and how to stop sauce from becoming too thick. But the best thing about her is that all the people on the course were at different levels, but she never once made any of us feel that we couldn't do something, and we've all gained confidence from that. She couldn't be more different from my teachers at school. They're much stricter. The only thing she was strict about was making sure we all kept our workstations tidy and cleared up after we'd finished preparing what we'd made.
So, would you recommend the course?
Definitely. What makes it different from other courses is that you don't spend all your time indoors cooking and then clearing up. We were able to spend time out in the fresh air, collecting fresh ingredients which we could then use in our dishes. I think we all enjoyed learning about where food comes from and how it's grown and produced. We also got short talks on different ingredients like salt and sugar, which was quite interesting. But there were too many talks, and they weren't always interesting. On the first day, we had one on kitchen hygiene, and it was pretty dull. I kind of lost interest by the end of that one. I know it's important, but I always make sure that my station is clean, so perhaps it was more important for some of the other people.
So, what's next for your cooking, Jez? Any plans?
Actually, I've heard about a new class starting soon near where I live, which will teach sushi to young people, so that would be good. Quite a few of my friends are really keen on Japanese food, so we could go together once it gets up and running. But my youth group's just starting a club called Hot Chefs. It starts this Friday evening, so I'll be going there in the meantime.
That's good to hear, Jez. Thanks for talking to me.
Track 15.
Do you think fast food is bad for you?
I think it depends. I think the most important thing is to have a balanced diet. In other words, you eat a variety of vegetables, meat, cereals, and so on. I'm not sure it matters so much how long it takes to prepare, because I think fast food is just food which is prepared quickly. On the other hand, if you just live on, what's it called? Junk food, for instance, hamburgers and pizzas and things like that, then you probably need to cut down on those and have a more balanced diet.
And Pablo, what do you think?
I agree with Marina. I think it's fine to eat fast food occasionally, but you have to balance it with other things like fresh fruit and vegetables which are in season, and cut down on dairy products and fat. Also, I think that what you eat is only one part of a healthy lifestyle.
Track 16.
How can families benefit from eating together?
Well, the important thing is not eating. It's spending time together so that they can talk about what they've been doing during the day. They get the chance to exchange opinions and make plans as well, because everyone can contribute, and that's what makes a rich, meaningful family life.